Hello and welcome to our special FIFA World Cup coverage on DD India. I am Siddharth Bharadwaj, and over the next half hour, we'll bring you the biggest stories, defining moments and expert analysis from football's greatest stage. Spain are through to the semi-finals after a dramatic win over Belgium, setting up a blockbuster clash with France. We'll also preview the remaining quarterfinals as Erling Haaland's Norway face Harry Kane's England, with Argentina taking on Switzerland for the final semi-final berth. Stay with us as we bring you every goal, every talking point and every twist from the world's biggest football tournament. Let's get started. Perhaps the biggest story in World Cup 2026. Perhaps Spain has booked its place in the FIFA World Cup semi-finals after edging Belgium in a dramatic quarter-final, setting up a blockbuster clash with France. Spain defeated Belgium 2-1 in Los Angeles to reach the World Cup semi-finals, with substitute Mikel Merino scoring the winner in the 88th minute after Belgian goalkeeper Sané Lamins upspilled a long-range effort from Pau Cubarsí. Fabian Ruiz had given Spain the lead before Charles de Ketelaere equalized with the first goal conceded by La Roja at this tournament. Spain will now face France in the semi-finals, while Saturday's remaining quarter-finals will see Norway take on England and defending champions Argentina face Switzerland. Spanish supporters celebrated wildly in Los Angeles after Mikel Merino's late winner sent La Roja into the World Cup semi-finals, while Belgian fans were left rueing the injury to goalkeeper Thibaut Courtois. Many Belgian supporters felt the match turned after Courtois was forced off, saying his replacement Sané Lamins was unfortunate to spill the shot that led to Spain's decisive goal. Spanish fans meanwhile praised their side's resilience and hailed Merino's impact off the bench as Spain booked a last-four showdown with France. And back at home, Spanish fans in Madrid erupted in celebration as Mikel Merino's late strike secured a place in the World Cup semi-finals. All right, joining me in the studio is senior sports journalist Mr. Rahul Banerjee to talk more on what's happening in FIFA World Cup 2026. Mr. Banerjee, thank you so much, first of all, for joining in on this special broadcast of DD India. Okay, so before we begin our discussion, let me ask you, did you find something unique in this World Cup, from technology to FIFA's disciplinary action to some of the biggest upsets? Do you also agree that this is a tournament which has been unique in its own way?
Listen, Siddharth, as far as coming to your question, which is a very broad one, that is a topic for a completely different program and a much longer one.
I know, but you can summarize
very
it.
quickly.
Yeah.
48 teams, never before.
Yeah.
Refreshment breaks or rehydration breaks, never before.
Yeah.
Such extensive use of VRS, never before.
Yeah.
So there are many things. Small little countries like Cape Verde and and the one from the Caribbean, never before. So countries with populations of 500,000, 5 lakhs.
Yeah,
it's amazing. So in one sense, you have to credit FIFA for taking. It's a massive gamble. The fact that and the fans have responded in magnificent fashion. United States for a few years has had a bit of a dark cloud over its reputation over the last few years. It opened its arms. We saw the America that we all know, the friendly, welcoming, warm America. So, I mean, and the world really has come together, despite there have been many niggles. Iran was one niggle, then there have been other issues. Yeah. Other than that, the positives, I think, from this World Cup far outweigh the negatives.
But why won't the world come together? This is the biggest sporting extravaganza in the entire world.
What I'm also
Definitely.
saying is that the first time it's 48,
You're absolutely right. I'm agreeing
48
with
teams,
you. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Absolutely.
never before. Which is why I'm saying you have to credit
Yeah.
FIFA for imagine the logistics of managing some three
Absolutely
countries.
phenomenal.
3 countries, 48 teams, each team a minimum of 30 to 50 people.
Yeah.
The travel, the stay, I mean fabulous, great job. Like there have been few niggles here and there. The refereeing in couple of matches, I mean it's sad.
Yeah.
But no World Cup is ever free, and no losing team ever says we lost fairly. So I mean let's accept that and let's carry on.
Okay, now I'm realizing that I've asked you a question which requires a different show altogether.
That's exactly what I said.
Okay, let's talk about Spain versus Belgium.
Yeah.
What went wrong with Belgium? Very quickly.
I think to start with, their injuries to their key midfielders. Their captain was a late pullout.
Yeah.
Yuri Tillman was a very. In fact, he was injured in a practice match, and there are another couple of midfielders who were missing. Then their number 1 goalkeeper got injured in 70 odd minutes, having played that. So put together, it was a close game. I mean, it was a very technical game. This was a tight match, and if you remember, I mean, most of the action was inside the goal, inside the box, which
Definitely.
normally doesn't happen. You see people firing long range shots and all that, but this was a very intense, very tactical, very technical game. And it's just I think it was a little bad luck for Belgium, but then Spain, they have conceded their first goal in this tournament. This is the first goal they gave, 650 minutes.
Absolutely.
It was a goalless affair as far as their defense was. So this was a defense tough to crack. So great credit to Belgium, to the young man Charles de Ketelaere. He was in great form. I mean, I was sad to see him substitute because
Even I was watching a match, I couldn't take my eyes off the screen.
Especially when he was in line for a hat trick, and then to have him substitute was quite an amazing decision by Garcia. But here he was breaking through the defense yet again. And maybe had luck favoured Belgium a little more, this would have definitely gone to penalty. I'm not saying winning or losing. This would have gone into extra time and penalties.
But credit has to be given for the efforts.
Okay, that's one more point. Let's add to your first question.
Okay.
There have been so few matches in the knockout decided on penalties.
Right.
Over the past years, we've seen the record was always every team preferred to play defensive. Hold off, try and drag it into extra time. Especially the weaker teams, back your defense, don't let the better teams, take a shot at goal. And when it got to the business end, pray that your goalkeeper was on the day better than their goalkeeper and, sneak or get through on penalties. Very few this time. Only 2 out of the matches we have seen so far have been decided on penalties.
Definitely.
So that for me also, I mean, we have been watching World Cups for so long, it's quite a revelation.
You're absolutely right. And Spain have been one of the best possession-based teams. We shouldn't be forgetting that. All right. Attention now turns to the remaining FIFA World Cup quarterfinals. In the third quarterfinal, Norway and England will battle for a place in the last 4. With 2 of the world's most prolific strikers leading the line, the stage is set for another blockbuster showdown. Norway booked their place in the quarterfinals with a stunning 2-1 victory over 5-time champions Brazil, inspired by a brace from Erling Haaland. England, meanwhile, edged past Mexico 3-2 to keep their World Cup dream alive and set up a highly anticipated meeting with the Scandinavian side. While much of the attention has centred on the battle between Haaland and England captain Harry Kane, Norway coach insists the contest will be decided by far more than just 2 star forwards. Solbakken believes the pressure is firmly on tournament favourites England, while Norway can play with freedom as they look to reach the World Cup semi-finals. He also warned that the sweltering Miami heat, with temperatures expected to reach 34 degrees Celsius, could make possession and game management the key factors in deciding 2 advances. The final spot in the FIFA World Cup semi-finals will also be decided later that day, immediately after the Norway-England showdown. When defending champions Argentina take on Switzerland in a quarter-final clash, featuring one of football's most compelling rivalries. Argentina head into the contest full of confidence after staging a dramatic 3-2 comeback victory over Egypt in the round of 16. Lionel Messi once again inspired the reigning champions, with the 39-year-old captain taking his tally to 8 goals at this year's tournament as Argentina continue their bid to defend the World Cup title. The match also rekindles memories of the dramatic 2014 FIFA World Cup round of 16 meeting when Angel Di Maria's extra time winner sent Argentina through at Switzerland's expense. This time, the Swiss arrived with history on their side after reaching the World Cup quarterfinals for the first time in 72 years by defeating Colombia in a penalty shootout. Coach Murat Yakin believes his disciplined side can produce another upset, insisting Argentina are not invincible as Switzerland chase a historic place in the last four. Okay, so we again go to our guest to discuss these upcoming matches. Mr. Banerjee, Norway, when you talk about this team, perhaps one of the biggest surprise packages of the FIFA World Cup 2026, isn't it?
Absolutely. 28 years after they last played, they are back and making waves. I mean, they're just not back.
Yeah.
They have made progress through the tournament, making friends, making waves, giving the rest of the footballing world a mighty scare for sure, with that huge figure of Erling Haaland lurking around.
And of course, that celebration, which they do. They have put out videos on social media. Absolutely. Everyone in the entire world has seen those celebrations.
The Viking row.
The Viking row, of course. Everyone was doing it and it was so phenomenal. It goes on to show that they have come to the field this time with a vision and mindset.
Absolutely. And this is one of the examples of the fans literally taking over the World Cup and making it their own stage.
Right.
The Norwegian parliament did the same.
Right.
In the early stage, they stopped proceedings for a while, and the speaker did the beat and they did the row. So the Viking row has gone from the football field into parliament back, and it's spread around the world. Now you see everybody doing it. I mean, we did it at a friend's daughter's wedding. I have done it. So, you know, it's the most brilliant thing. It's like the Scots with their fabulous celebrations, the Brazilians with their, the Argentinians with theirs, the Congolese with theirs. Yeah. The Vikings have brought this to the party. Absolutely.
Oh, one thing is very phenomenal about these discussions, these celebrations, I beg your pardon, that they also go to the other sport as well. See, the Argentina World Cup celebration, the way Messi lifted that trophy, you see those kind of celebrations in cricket as well, when they lift trophies.
Let's widen it a little bit more. There are a lot of Norwegians who are playing golf, professional golf at the top level.
Yeah.
In the last two tournaments, they have, particularly the ones that happened in the US, they've had large groups of supporters doing the row.
Right.
Victor Hovland, who's the best known Norwegian name in golf, actually joined them.
Yeah.
Twice. You know, once he finished with his round, he went and did.
Yeah.
So this is the whole thing. So it's really spreading across sports.
Yeah, definitely. Right? Okay, so now the question is it Haaland alone versus the entire England, or is it Haaland versus Harry Kane, or is it like the way the Norway team is more than what Haaland, a team built around Erling Haaland is? They are more than that, or what is the competition looks like?
I would just put two other names in the mix.
Okay.
Nyland and Pickford. This is going to be a battle of the goalkeepers. I mean, both sides are fabulous striking teams. Between Kane and Bellingham, Jude Bellingham, between them they've scored about 10 or 11 goals. Haaland himself has got 7 all by himself. So that is the obvious strength, and they have great midfields, they have great defense. But it's the last line that will really probably make the difference in this match, because both are fabulous goalkeepers. Nyland has been in terrific form. Against Brazil, even though Brazil were a little off color, but they were banging on the door really hard in that game, which Norway won 2-1. So he kept out about 8-9 hot shots on goal. It was tremendous form. Pickford in their match against Mexico at the Azteca, he was in great form as well. I mean, Mexico threw themselves in the last remaining 29 minutes when they needed that equalizer. They were swarming all over the England goal area, and he stood like a rock. So my focus is more seriously is on the two goalkeepers, because the Haaland Kane narrative is the obvious one. I am really interested to see how the two goalkeepers go. That will be decisive, no question about it.
Indeed, no doubt about that. Now, the defending champions, Argentina. We were just talking about that team, the celebration. Okay, it was amazing. Of course, for Leo, who lifted the trophy in the last World Cup. Of course, when they'll be facing off Switzerland, what are the challenges they are likely to face? Being the defending champions, they perhaps are the tournament favourites as well, along with France. But the fact is that Switzerland are the ultimate knockout stage team. Will they be able to handle that pressure? Because they already have pressure to lift the trophy again.
If you can score 3 goals in 11 minutes, what is pressure?
Sometimes it's a matter of chance.
What pressure are you talking about?
Sometimes it's a matter of chance.
It's ridiculous. Egypt can say anything, and I agree with a lot of their points about the refereeing being dodgy and everything. But the stark fact remains, you conceded 3 goals in the space of 11 and a half minutes. And that's the team, this is the team that did it, Argentina. With that, and I think Messi's goal, the second one, was one of the most outstanding goals of this World Cup.
Of course.
With the outside of his right foot, he just smashed it. So, yeah, they will know what Switzerland are up to. They will know that Switzerland will defend like a wall. And I'm sure they will have their way of playing around. See, the thing is, when you have an inspirational figure like Messi, and in this, Messi rises above the others, because he is now literally almost like a godlike figure for the rest of the
Goat, as they say, goat.
Goat to hai hai. More than that, and every one of them says it. We are very happy to play for him. I don't think the England team or the Swiss team or the Norwegian team say, I'm very happy to play for Haaland or very happy to play for Kane. These boys, they will die for Messi. That alone, I think, is a superpower that very, very few teams can claim. But like you said, it is going to be a tactical game from Switzerland's side, definitely.
Absolutely.
And it will be Messi's genius that will crack it open.
And we also saw the celebrations last year in Argentina. The roads were packed and people were just like jumping in joy, and they were high in celebration. Everything was happening, everything the eyes couldn't believe. Let's see what will happen this time around. Now to our next big story, the battle for a place in the FIFA World Cup final. After weeks of thrilling action, just 4 teams remain in the race to lift football's biggest prize. Now, the stage is set for the first of 2 intensive and exciting semi-finals. 2 of Europe's football giants are set to go head-to-head in the first FIFA World Cup semi-final, as unbeaten France face Spain in a blockbuster showdown with a place in the final at stake. France booked their place in the last 4 after a hard-fought quarter-final victory and remain the only team with a perfect record at this year's tournament, winning all 6 of their matches. Les Bleus have also been inspired by captain Kylian Mbappe, who leads the Golden Boot race with 8 goals. Spain, meanwhile, advanced after edging Belgium 2-1 in the quarterfinals and have impressed throughout the tournament with their disciplined defending and clinical finishing. The match will also renew the rivalry between Mbappe and Spanish sensation Lamine Yamal, who last met in Spain's memorable UEFA Euro 2024 semi-final victory over France. With a place in the FIFA World Cup final on the line, Tuesday's clash is shaping up to be one of the tournament's biggest and most anticipated matches. Meanwhile, the race for the FIFA World Cup Golden Boot is heating up as the tournament heads into the quarterfinals, with football's biggest stars locked in a thrilling battle for the top scorers award. France's Kylian Mbappe and Argentina's Lionel Messi are tied at the top of the Golden Boot standings with 8 goals each, while Norway's Erling Haaland follows with 7 and England captain Harry Kane has 6. Mbappe currently holds the edge over Messi with 3 assists compared to the Argentines' 1, making him the front-runner under FIFA's tie-break rules. The race remains wide open as the world's leading forwards chase individual glory alongside World Cup success. All right, we again go back to our guest, Rahul Banerjee. He's a senior sports journalist, sir. Okay, so 4 teams are there in contention, and we are talking about one of the biggest sporting extravaganza in the entire world, like I've just said before as well. Spain versus France. It's a very, very big tournament. I shouldn't be even asking the scale that this tournament, this particular match will go up to. But the thing is, what are the challenges for France this time around? It's not just Kylian Mbappe alone who will score the goals. They will have to formulate a particular strategy in order to tackle Spain, who are in absolutely phenomenal form.
The defense of Spain definitely is in phenomenal form.
Yeah.
The attack hasn't been that sharp because
Right.
let's not forget in the opening match they drew goals. In fact, the group stage was very sort of stop and start, but they're here. And like we mentioned earlier in the program, they had not conceded a goal at all till
Right.
this match, the previous one against Belgium. So it will shape up to be a defense versus attack match. You know, France has been playing
Phenomenal attacking.
phenomenal free flowing attack. They are coming at
Right.
the goal from all angles, and Mbappe has got fabulous support from behind, from the midfield, and from his fellow strikers and wingers. And Spain have held out like a rock. They are resolute in defense. They will hit on the counter, and again they have a tremendous goalkeeper. So it's going to be again every time two European teams meet, Siddharth, it becomes a battle of immense, very high level of technical skill.
Right.
It is not just a football that we know that, you know, there is a lot of planning, there's a lot of moving, and there's a lot of thought that goes into it. It'll be interesting to see what shape they come out on the field. So for all of the European teams are playing a 4-3-2-1 formation.
Right.
Flat back 4, then 2 forward defenders, 2 kind of withdrawn midfielders, 3 midfielders and 1 striker in front. That's been the European pattern by and large up to this point. The South American teams are playing the 4-3-3 is their normal
Right.
formation when
So,
they go
so
into
big challenges for Spain and for France as well.
for both. I mean,
Yeah.
how will they? What is going to be? You see, everything will be planned. Both the coaches will be sitting down with their captains and their coaching staff.
But how well will you
to-
execute it?
That is
It remains
exactly
the
point.
biggest challenge.
That is always the point.
Well,
isn't
we'll have to wait and see which team
Absolutely.
will come
I
out with
can't-
flying
I can't
colours.
expect.
Thank you so much, sir, again for joining us on this special broadcast of FIFA World Cup 2026. Thank you once again. That brings us to the end of this edition of our FIFA World Cup special. The race to lift football's biggest prize is entering its decisive phase, with every match delivering drama, unforgettable moments, and new heroes. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the beautiful game and have a nice day. Namaskar.